Welcome aboard, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. Today is the 6th day of August 2013. Welcome aboard, everybody. So happy you could join me again for another day of drawing back the curtain on how medicine is disseminated here in the great United States of America, how wealth is disseminated here in the great United States of America, helping people every day to get healthy, and if they so require it, get wealthy as well, because lest we not forget our operative fundamental fact. You know, like the fella said, right, you're welcome to your own facts. You're welcome to your own opinion, just not your own set of facts. The leading cause of death in the United States, MD-directed medicine. The leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, MD-directed medical therapeutics. We have been enculturated to believe that mediocrity is the new black, right? Mediocrity is the new excellence. Mediocrity is the way to go. We're okay with the minimum wage. We're okay with having $10,000 at least of credit card debt. We're okay with having the banks own our houses and our cars. We're okay with that. I remember when I was a little kid, mortgages were a rare commodity. Most people didn't have mortgages. Most people owned their houses because houses were only $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. It wasn't really until the 1950s. 1960s that mortgages came into a reality here in the United States. Now everybody's got one. The banks own everything now, for goodness sake. Now this is the well that we go to drink from every day. We don't know there's a different way. Well, that's why we're here, to show you that there is, in fact, a different way. Please visit the website, fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the longevity button, get information about our grassroots coalition of the informed, men, women, and yes, even children all around the world, locking their arms together for one purpose. Mission before commission. We're here to raise people up into health, and if they're willing, to raise them up into wealth as well. And towards that end, today being Tuesday, we have back with us a very special Tuesday guest, Mr. Mike Randolph. He is the Vice President of Leadership Development at Longevity. We're even going to try to video him in right now. Here he is, Mr. Mike Randolph. Mike, the future is so bright, I'm thinking you must be wearing shades. Welcome aboard, buddy.
It's great to be here, Doc, and I'll take those off. That was just for your entertainment, since we have a little video going on today. How's it going?
Very, very good. Welcome aboard, buddy. Give me some good news with Longevity. What was July like?
I have to tell you, July is the middle of the dog days of summer. It's typically when business slows up. People are in the middle of their summer vacation plans or staycation plans, as the case may be these days. But at this time, here at Longevity, we continue to defy the industry, not just corporate America, but the network marketing industry. We had one of, if not the best month in Longevity history, bar none. And even the last couple days of the month were bigger than some months have been. And it all happened in July, and that momentum is carried forward into August. I shudder to think what's going to happen in August. The warehouse is geared up. The manufacturers are geared up. Our shipping department is geared up. Our sales staff is geared up. Our representatives across around the world are geared up because, as we discussed last week, there is a renaissance coming. People are starting to realize they're pulling their head out of the proverbial MD and corporate America sand, and they see Longevity as that bright light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, there's one of my favorite sayings. Once you've experienced the truth, you're in its velvet grasp forever, and this is all that we do. I mean, there's no blowing smoke here. There's no hyperinflation. There's no obfuscation. There's no fiddling with the numbers. We don't do any of that. We just tell people the simple truth of the matter. And the truth has a ring to it. It resonates with people. If people are open-minded enough, it resonates with them. And people go, yeah, you know what, that makes sense to me. I'm going to give this a try. And then guess what? People try it. People have the personal experience that it works. and then we're off to the races. And really, this is, I really like that movie, The Perfect Storm. Remember that movie a couple of years ago with George Clooney in it, about the fishing boat off of Gloucester?
Yeah, that's up in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's right. Well, up in your neck of the woods now, a little bit further east there, Skipper. But, two big storms come together to make this monster storm. It only happens, once every couple hundred years. Well, it's happening now culturally. Because Obamacare is going to force doctors out of conventional medicine. It's going to force MDs, thank God, out of the insurance game. It's going to force MDs to go to a cash-based practice. And when MDs are going to a cash-based practice, like the naturopaths and the chiropractors and the acupuncturists, all of a sudden it's going to be a level playing field. People are going to start scratching their chin and going, son of a gun, if I'm going to have to pay hard-earned money as a cash payment for my medical care, then I might as well get preventive medical care. I might as well get medical care that actually works, that actually supports and promotes my health and well-being rather than just managing symptoms left and right. You know what? I really didn't need that titanium knee. I think I'm good to go for the holistic way. I'm very excited about this. And, numbers don't lie, right? I mean, in this economy, we're still not out of the crazy economy. Longevity continues to break records. This is a testament to the wealth opportunity. And, folks, you hear testimonies every day here on the radio show about the health opportunity. And last night, on last night's webinar, for subscribers only at my website, we had some great testimonials. I think at the height of the webinar last night, we had 71 people. There was a guy from Hong Kong on there last night, people from the United Kingdom, people from Australia, people from all over the world. This is not just a United States phenomenon. It is a worldwide phenomenon, and it is very, very, very exciting. And, Mike, the situation here in the United States is, as the economy, it's not slowing down anymore, but it's not really growing at a rapid race either. As it lumbers along, people are getting frustrated, right? They're getting sick and tired of being sick and tired and poor. And so they look for an alternative to that, and that's what Longevity brings to the table. How many multi-million-dollar earners has Longevity created? Do you have that number? I think it's like 200 and something, isn't it?
Well, it goes up. It seems to go up every month. I know on stage we had a fraction of them at our convention this year. Excuse me. And it goes up every month. We have folks hitting these top ranks. It was 2 years ago when I really came together with Longevity with President Bill Andreoli. The top ranks in Longevity, there were a handful of people that had attained those ranks. And with those top ranks comes the big bucks, or should I say, with the big bucks comes the top ranks. We're having people hit those ranks at such rapid succession we can't even keep up. We've had, a rank, vice chairman and senior vice chairman, which used to, if you had one person hit that rank a year, we were pretty happy with that. We've had 3 people hit those ranks in one day, wow. And it's becoming commonplace. In fact, some of the folks, I won't mention any names, but some of the folks that have escalated to the highest ranks in the company. We're even thinking about creating some new ranks because people need to be able to stretch. They need to have that recognition to go for. We have hundreds of multi-million-dollar income earners, and it's only getting better. In preparation for this call today, I thought it might be fun to go look at, not at corporate America. It's easy to compare ourselves to corporate America and beat up corporate America. But I decided to look at the top 10, top 50 franchise opportunities in the country right now. Take a look at what they're doing, what it takes to get started, and when you expect to actually start turning a profit. And you'll be shocked at what's going on out there. And people are writing checks. How about the top ones, believe it or not, are weight loss and senior care. I thought the top franchises were fast food. No. Weight loss and senior care. Now, I'll let you go on a rant as to why weight loss and senior care have become the top franchises. But if you look at these, here's one that's weight loss. Minimum investment, $25,000. Medical transport, $50,000. Diet, another weight loss franchise, $25,000. Here is assisted living, $50,000. How about touch and tan? I'm not sure what that is. Love those guys, but $50,000 to maybe spray paint people and make them look healthier than they really are. Here's another home care, $31,500. Here's one coming out of nowhere, and I'll let you rant on this again. Electronic cigarettes. There's a franchise for electronic cigarettes. It only takes $31,500 to get started. And all of these opportunities, if you can break even within your first 24 months of operation, they consider you successful.
Unbelievable, right? And with longevity, you can get a longevity membership for $10. I mean, at $10, if you really want to go all in with longevity, it's a remarkable $500 buy-in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. For a $500 one-time membership fee, you can grow your own longevity business, and you can join the champions of longevity. And it's not easy money. This is not an overnight sensational pipe dream. This is network marketing. There's work in network marketing, but it ain't hard. I'm telling you the truth. It is not difficult. I told you yesterday I worked on commercial fishing boats. I had a house painting business. I had a landscaping business. I mean, those jobs are difficult. Those jobs are hard. Working with your body is hard. Working with your mind and working with your heart is fun. Working with your mind and working with your heart is fun. For a one-time $500 fee, ladies and gentlemen, you can join the ranks, which are swelling, of longevity and start to make a real difference in your world. Thanks again for logging on, everybody. We're up against a hard break here. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Tuesday, August 6, 2013. Welcome aboard to Fire Your MD Now. Back after these messages. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. We're talking to Mike Randolph, the Vice President of Leadership Development at Longevity. Mike just told us that they had the biggest July ever, this last July, the biggest sales records ever, and that they are breaking distributors in top ranks in the country every week now. Where before it used to be, a couple times a year you'd have somebody do a big rank advance. Now it's happening with regularity. Why is this happening? Because it works. For goodness sake, it works. I mean, what more evidence do you need to see than results? And this is an interesting thing to talk about, Mike. I never realized this, but what you're telling me is if I wanted to start up, with Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers or a tanning salon or stop, smoking a little kiosk at a mall someplace, it's going to cost me $25, $35, $45, $50 grand just to start it up. And if I'm lucky, in the first year, I'm just going to be breaking even.
Absolutely. And you know what? Well, during the break, I had to look up a couple more. They think we're crazy, Doc. I know you've heard it before. They think we're crazy because we're trying to help people. We want to change people's lives. We want to bring their health back and their wealth back. And I just found one of the hot franchises, and forgive me, I have to mention the name because the name it tells the story. It's called Men in Kilts, and it's a window cleaning service. Now, I don't know exactly what the shtick is, but no pun intended. You have to wear a kilt, and you have to clean windows, and for that honor, it's going to cost you $43,400.
Wow.
I don't know how many windows you'd have to clean to make up just your initial investment, much less, pay for all your supplies and stuff. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, you need to come look at longevity. Go get yourself one of these magazines. Success from Home, it's the July edition. If it's not on the magazine rack anymore, contact Dr. Glidden. He can get you a copy of it. $500. That is the cream of the crop entry point into longevity. Get you all the perks, get you everything, and you won't have to wear a kilt. I promise you, we won't, make you change bedpans or spray tan somebody or, wear a kilt.
You gotta love it, right? And this is the thing. I don't think I'd look too good in a kilt, quite frankly. But this is the mindset that we've become enculturated to believe in, right? You have to go to college, you have to get good grades in school, then you have to go to college, you have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get a bachelor's degree in something, and then you have to get some type of a graduate degree, and then after you're $80,000 in debt, then you have to go in debt a little bit more to secure a franchise if you want to be your own boss. And oh my goodness, I'm at least $100,000 in debt now, if not more, and then what do I have to do? Well, I have to work every day. I have to do 40 hours a day. I have to put my nose to the grindstone, and if I'm a good man, if I'm a good boy, if I really do my job correctly, then maybe a year from now I'll break even. Maybe 2 years from now I'll start to see a little bit of profit. That is, of course, as long as the economy keeps going straight. If the economy tanks, I'm screwed. And this is what everybody's gotten used to in this country. For goodness sake, when I saw the statistic about how many people in this country have credit card debt, about how many people in this country do not own their own homes, about how many people in this country do not own the cars that they're driving, my head exploded. Right, this is the new normal. Poverty is the new normal. And
let me inject something in there, Doc. I need to throw something at you that's going to, if your head's going to explode when you hear this. I was doing a little research into debt in this country, and right now, just student loans alone, are over $1 trillion. And, we throw that number around so much, people have no clue what it really means. Well, let me tell you what $1 trillion really looks like. A lot of people think they can spend money, and I know that our government's the greatest at spending money. But you, Dr. Glidden, do you think you could spend, let's say, $1 million a day, each and every day, if it was in your account? Could you figure out a way to spend $1 million a day?
Well, yeah, I probably could.
You probably could. You would have to spend $1 million a day, every single day, holidays, leap days, your birthday, your impending anniversary, every one of those days since before the birth of Christ until today, and you still will not have spent $1 trillion. That's how big $1 trillion is, and that is a drop in the bucket right now of what we're up against.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, numbers don't lie. Stick around. More with Mike Randolph when we come back. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, reminding you that only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. Only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. Do you have to learn biochemical pathways? Do you have to memorize vitamin names? Do you have to know all of this biochemical fancy schmancy doctor stuff to be a successful longevity distributor? No. The only thing you need to be able to do is point. That's it. Here's what we say to people. Here's all you need to do to become a successful longevity distributor. Find someone who is in a problem, who has a problem with their health. Find someone who's sick and suffering. You know how you do that? You go outside and throw a tennis ball. Whoever picks it up, they need your help. Everybody in the world is sick and suffering. Everybody in the world is on the downside of health, because everybody has been taking the wrong dog to the hunt for their entire life. They don't know any better, and they've gotten used to having a mediocre experience of health and also of wealth. So here's our pitch. Look, I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer with that. If I lend you this CD, will you listen to it? If I invite you to this webinar, will you attend it? If I send you a link to this video, will you watch it? That's all you need to do. And then, of course, follow up appropriately. We'll teach you how to do that. It's easy. Here's the business pitch. Listen, I'm doing a home-based business. I don't know if you've noticed, but the economy's crap here in the United States now. I'm trying to make some extra money, and it's really going well. I need to find 2 or 3 people to work with. I have no idea if you're one of them, but I'd love to show you what I'm up to. Then you can tell me whether it's good for you, whether you would like to do it too. And if not, that's okay. But maybe you'll know someone who this would be a good fit for, because I need to find 3 people. If I lend you this magazine, Success from Home, will you read it? If I send you a link to this video, will you watch it? Would you come over to my house so I can show you what I'm up to? It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to do. 10 times a week. 10 times a week. That's all you need to do. Think you can find 10 people who need help with their health or their wealth every week? You know, just get a job as a Walmart greeter. And everybody that walks through the door, just lay that on them. I swear to God, this is easier than falling off of a truck. Because Dr. Wallach has dialed in for the general public science-based, clinically verified, boilerplate health recovery programs, that people use to support and promote the structure and function of their heart, their liver, their kidney, their lungs. You stick around with us long enough, you will see testimonials that will bring you to tears, and then you'll start to get angry. And it'll be a righteous anger, because the simple fact of the matter is you have been played by almost 100 years of pharmaceutical profiteering. For goodness sake, your medical doctor, bless their hearts, do not know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in. And as it turns out, what they've been trained in is just one small piece of the pie of medical science. And what are we doing? We're lifting people up into health, and we're also lifting people up into wealth. Talking to Mike Randolph, the Vice President of Leadership Development at Youngevity. Now, Mike, if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're telling me is Youngevity is moving forward in an economy like this. It was moving forward in an economy that we had last year, continuing to break records every single month, and the most anybody can pay to become a Youngevity distributor is $500. Now, if I lay down $500 of cold, hard cash, become a Youngevity member, what am I going to get in return for my $500?
Well, let me tell you, it's going to start. You're going to get $500 worth of some of the greatest products that our industry has to offer. That's just the beginning. But you're also going to get decades worth of experience in building business. You're going to get, well, the business in a box. You're going to get the guide that tells you exactly how to build your business. Why are franchises so popular? Why are people willing to put $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 into something? Because they're not buying, you know, a kilted guy washing windows. They're buying a formatted business system that has been proven to work. And that's what you get with Youngevity. But we're not going to charge you for that. You come on board, you go ahead and get the products that you need anyway. We're going to give you the business absolutely for free. And it shows you step by step exactly what to do. Now, we're not going to run behind you and beat you with a stick if you don't do what you're supposed to do. But if you want to see success, just do what the multi-million-dollar earners in Youngevity have done. And, you know, Doc, this business hasn't changed in thousands of years. You know, TV and internet and even radio and billboards and newspapers, those are new forms of advertising and marketing. The original, the oldest form of advertising and marketing on the planet is networking. It's word-of-mouth advertising. It's doing business with the people that you know and trust. And that's what Youngevity is. People think that it's about, you know, talking people into things or getting your neighbors to buy soap on a rope. Absolutely not. Just as what you described earlier, we're not here to change everyone. We're not here to fix everyone, just the ones that are ready.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're not selling anything. I mean, we're not selling anything. We're showing you what we're up to and seeing if you'd like to do it too. We're showing you what we're up to and seeing if you would like to do it too. You're either in or you're out. And there's a distributor in, I'd like to have him on here. We had him on when I first started this radio show over a year ago. His name is Bernie Owens. He's in a little town in upstate New York, Elmira, New York. Bernie Owens is in his 70s. He's been with Dr. Wallach ever since the beginning, more or less. And Bernie Owens is one of the multi-million-dollar earners with Youngevity. And in a small town in upstate New York, over the last 20 years, here's what Bernie Owens did. He would find people who were struggling with a health issue. He'd have one bottle of the plant-derived minerals, $19, and he would say, look, I see you having a problem with your health. I'm going to give you this bottle of minerals. I'm going to give this to you. I want you to take an ounce twice a day for 14 days. If you like how it makes you feel, you can pay me for it, and I'll buy you more. Every single person he did that to paid him for it and then got more. Why is that? Because it works. This is what we lean on, folks. Results, results, results. Results with your bank book, results with your blood pressure, results with your health, results with your blood sugar, results with your pain factor, results with your sex drive, results with your energy, results with your ability to be able to sleep through the night, your ability to be able to get pregnant, your ability to be able to maintain a healthy pregnancy. For goodness sake, let's just be the devil's advocate for a minute. Let's just consider for a moment the crazy idea that MD-directed medicine, which is the only medicine available to people in the United States and most of the free world, let's just assume that we, in fact, are correct and that type of medicine is only effective for trauma, surgery when it's absolutely positively necessary, which is 0.0001% of the time, and infectious diseases. Let's just assume that that's correct, and also assume that what we're talking about, science-based, clinically verified, medical nutrition delivered by licensed and regulated physicians actually works, is actually a better way. Let's consider that as a possibility. If I'm correct, and these two things are true, then who is your customer? Every single person in the world. It's all about health care, right? Every time there's a new election cycle, all the politicos talk about health care and how it needs to be reformed and how it needs to be dialed in and how it needs to be our number one priority. Well, they're right. It does need to be our number one priority. Why? Because everybody is sick and everybody is suffering. Why? Because they've gone to these people for the last 100 years. Why? Because they didn't know there was an alternative. Well, here it is. Oh, and by the way, one other myth that we've been completely mesmerized by: healing is a complicated, sophisticated process that can only take place in multi-million-dollar high-tech facilities. Baloney. Surgery is complicated. Healing is easy. Ladies and gentlemen, give your body the 90 essential nutrients, the raw materials that it needs. Stop eating food that's gumming up the works, food that the food industry has been telling you to eat. I wouldn't listen to them if I were you. Listen to us instead. Clean your diet up, supplement your body with the 90 essential nutrients, get the heck out of the way, and let the healing begin. And then when you experience the positive results, what are you going to do? Lock yourself in a room and shut up about it? No. One of my favorite longevity sayings is, you know what, we're going to pay you to do what you would normally do for free. Because once you start sleeping through the night for the first time in 10 years, once you start, your blood pressure normalizes, once your blood sugar normalizes, once you're able to flush all your arthritic pain meds down the drain and actually do some exercises and play 18 rounds of golf again for the first time in 5 years, what are you going to shut up about that? No. You're going to tell everybody in your life about it. Why? Because you're a human being, and that's how human beings work. We talk to each other. And this is why networking is such a fantastic opportunity. And it's also why corporate America has tried to convince you for, the last couple of 100 years that networking is nonsense. Don't do it that way. Do it our way. Well, like Dr. Phil said, how's that working for you? Mike, we got 3 minutes left in this segment here, buddy. I really enjoy the time that we spend together. You bring a lot of, perspective on the money thing to bear here, and I really appreciate that. My inclination going forward here is to encourage everybody and their brother to become a longevity member, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about that.
Well, it's a no-brainer. It is absolutely a no-brainer. If you don't want to build a business, fine. If you don't want to change your financial life, fine. If you are happy with trading your time for money, go ahead and keep doing it. If you are happy with punching the clock every single day, if you're happy with that sick feeling every Sunday night because you know you have to go back to that place on Monday morning, if you're happy with that, great. But at least get those 90 essential nutrients into your body, because you know what I've discovered, Doc, over the last 21 years is when you take hope away from people, they don't care about anything. One of the things that we do, and we mentioned this last week, our world seems to run on fear right now. Corporate America uses it. Our government uses it. The MDs use it. The drug companies use it. I mean, I don't know a business out there that can tell you that their product is going to kill you. In fact, if the product doesn't kill you, you'll kill yourself if you take it or stop taking it, yet they flourish. There's so much fear going on out there. We sell hope. We sell hope. And when you give people their hope back, you can't stop them.
Ladies and gentlemen, truer words were never spoken. Let's give Mr. Mike Randolph a great big Fire Your MD now round of applause. Mr. Randolph. It's always a pleasure, buddy. I appreciate the time that I spend with you, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Now, go out there and enroll somebody, will you? Well, folks, this is the way that it is, right? You don't know what you don't know, and when it comes to your health and when it comes to your wealth, there's a great deal of stuff that you didn't know. It's so far outside of your wheelhouse that, holy smokes, I didn't know that. And when you have access to that information, that's when you get a eureka moment, and that's what we're in the business of. Getting a foot in the door with hope and then having your head explode with a eureka moment. Son of a gun, I didn't know I could feel this good in my 60s. Son of a gun, I didn't know I could make this much money by helping people to secure their health. 866-582-9933, taking your calls when we come back. Don't even think about touching that dial. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Stick around. You know who that is sneaking around behind the corner, don't you? That's the pharmaceutical industry wanting to scare you into taking their stuff. But Sherry from Wisconsin wasn't scared. She called us instead. Hey, Sherry, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Yes, hi, Peter Glidden. I have a question. I have a friend that has been sick for about 2 years now. She has some kind of strange lung infection. Doctors cannot figure it out, so finally she started going to a naturopathic doctor, and she's still not really getting anywhere. They think, well, maybe it's possible she had Lyme disease because this bug that she has, sometimes Lyme disease can give you that. She has like a dry cough. Her lungs are very weak. She gets short breath really soon. Really easy, she's short of breath. I mean, even I started her nebulizing colloidal silver, and even for her, she can't even take a deep breath into her lungs. They're just short, shallow breathing.
Yeah.
Then on prednisone a few times, but she doesn't want to go on long term, so what would you do?
Well, so here's the deal, right? So, and, this underlines, I talk about all the time how the MD therapeutics are they're the wrong therapeutics. I mean, you can't put a fire out with oil. You try to put, or you can't put an oil fire out with water, right? You try to put an oil fire out with water, the whole house is going to burn down. It's just the wrong stuff to use. Well, I talk about all the time how MDs use the wrong stuff, and that's why we're so sick in this country, and that's why we're so broke with medical bills being a leading cause of bankruptcy. It's a leading cause of bankruptcy because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, I talk about that all the time. What I don't talk about enough is diagnostic incompetence, which this is a perfect example of. I mean, you pay hard-earned money for medical insurance because you think that when you get sick, these people are going to be able to help you, and so you do get sick, and you go to them, and they can't help you. So, if I were this woman, I'd get a refund. I'd call my insurance company up and say, look, I was giving you, $400 a month for the last 20 years under the agreement that I was going to have access to people that could help me recover my health, and they can't do it. Because I've been struggling with 2 years. I want a refund. But I digress. People aren't going to do that, and I don't know why they don't do that. I would do that. So what do we do here? They're grasping at straws with all this Lyme disease nonsense. Maybe it's Lyme disease. Well, maybe it's, man in the moon disease, right? Maybe it's H1S1/2 SNP mutant chromosome disease. They're going to figure out another diagnostic name just next week. You wait. There's more diagnostic names coming. Oh, but we still don't know what to do. We know what to call it, but we have no idea what to do to fix it. It must be genetic. So what do? We do rational medicine. Now, lungs are affected here, so we're going to support and promote the structure and function of the respiratory tract. I mean, if you had a broken bone, you'd put a cast in it, and you'd encourage the consumption of minerals because that's what the bones are made from. So when somebody has a lung condition, especially if the condition shows up as a weakness, with chronic lung symptoms, the lungs just aren't as strong as they should be in a healthy person, then we do a lung support and promote program, and that's easy. To support and promote the structure and function of the respiratory tract, the recommendation would be one healthy brain and heart pack. They should call it the healthy brain, heart, and lung pack, but they don't. So do one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, one bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, one bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and up to 4 bottles of Z-Radical a month. Up to 4 bottles of Z-Radical a month. If you can't afford the Z-Radical, don't do it. Just do the selenium and the healthy brain and heart pack, and eliminate the 10 bad foods. Do that for 90 days. And watch the magic, because all that we're doing is leaning on the belief that the human body knows how to fix itself. The human body knows how to strengthen the lungs. The human body knows how to have healthy lungs. So what are we going to do? We're going to stop eating food that's hurting the lungs, so eliminate the 10 bad foods, and we're going to give to the body in abundance the raw materials the lungs need in order to be healthy. I mean, it's really that simple and that straightforward. You're going to see some magic here, and I doubt very much it's going to take more than 4 weeks for you to see, or for this person to see noticeable, measurable, remarkable improvement. All right? Healthy brain and heart pack and selenium. Do not neglect the diet. It is of maximum importance. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the 6th day of August, 2013, and I'm coming back with hour 2 after these messages. Stick around.